Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal Williford, and I will be talking with you about terrorist attacks. Spending millions of dollars on the unnecessary, but what about a peace of mind? Being terrified every moment of our lives, fearing the unknown, and a sad possibility that in a blink of an eye, anyone can be gone. Losing sleep through the night, wondering what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. But the main question is, why is this happening? We may never have an answer to this question, but what we do know is that the United States put into place methods to prevent another tragedy from happening and to help keep us safe. I would like to talk about three of the worst terrorist acts that happened in the United States to encourage everyone to get anti-terrorist awareness training. So we'll not just depend on the government for our protection. There has been some terrorist attacks that have happened in the United States, and wouldn't we all be at peace if we knew how to protect ourselves? The top three worst terrorist attacks that have happened was 9/11, the Orlando shooting, and the ISIS executions in hostage situations. Terrorism is a broad term, and people have different views on what is considered terrorism based on their perception of a situation and who they sympathize with. A few people that are called terrorists do not consider themselves to be a terrorist. Terrorism is the use of violence or threats to intimidate, especially for political goals. Terrorism is a state of fear produced by terrorist acts, a terroristic method of governing or of resisting a government. The United States was faced with one of the biggest crises that involved a terrorist attack that happened on September 11, 2001. We all know this day as 9/11, but also as the day loved ones were lost. This was one of the most tragic times that has happened in the United States. Not only was there a lot of lives lost, but there was a peace of mind lost to everyone across the country. As the people all around the world watched this devastating scene, as the twin towers of the World Trade Center was struck by airplanes, not knowing at this time it was due to a terrorist attack. But around the same time, we hear that another airplane has hit the Pentagon, and another airplane attempted to hit the Capitol in D.C. They put the utmost fear in everyone that was watching and that heard about it. This is the fear produced by terrorist actions. In the Orlando shooting, where there was 49 people killed, the shooter was said to be inspired by ISIS group, which is a terrorist group. The shooting was in Orlando, Florida, at a nightclub called Pulse. The shooter, Omar, was already on the terrorist watch list for the FBI. This was one of the worst terrorist attacks in U.S. after the 9/11. This was considered to be a homegrown terrorist, a terrorist in our own backyard. ISIS stands for Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. It is a militant group. It operates in Libya, Iraq, and Syria. Started in the beginning years of the Iraq War and associated itself with Al-Qaeda in 2004. In 2014, Al-Qaeda broke off from ISIS. ISIS is known for the execution of James Foley, an American journalist from the United States. Another murder of an American journalist, Steve Sotloff, that was captured on video in 2014. Steve's death followed by the murders of two British citizens and another American citizen. ISIS' last known American hostage was Kayla Mueller, died with the terrorist group but cause of death was unknown. There has been 6 inspired situations in the U.S. by ISIS terrorist group. Although with these 3 being the top worst terrorist attacks, we are facing a numerous amount of terrorism. Even after the increase in security and technical support for terrorism, we still have fallen victim to terrorist activity. With this being said, we should encourage everyone as a whole to get trained in order to protect ourselves and our loved ones from being harmed. There is an organization that offers training which is called Anti-Terrorism Awareness Training. Taking these precautions would not only benefit us for protection, but it would give us a peace of mind knowing that we are well protected. We never know who the enemy is. It could be your own next door neighbor. Thank you.